Hello, I'm Matthew from LudoChrono, and today I'm going to give you an overview of Daimyo. So Daimyo is a dice drafting and management game for 2 to 4 players ages 14 and up, and it plays for around 25 minutes per player. So this is a game about controlling islands in an archipelago in the future. So you want to gain the most popularity points, which are on this track, and you're going to do so by scoring the different islands at the end of each round. There are 5 rounds. And you also want to build relics and put them together. This scores you victory points in the end, but also build your buildings, which is also worth victory points in the end. Every player is going to spread their influence by using their resources, and you have a player board. And every player board is a bit different. You've got a special ability that I'm going to talk about later as well, with different sections, and you're going to manage the resources and use your action spots, and you're going to be able to customize those with your buildings here. So how does the game work? Well, you're going to be playing over 5 rounds, and every round is played the same. You roll a pool of dice, which depends on the number of players, and then you're going to move on to a phase in which you select those dice. Starting with the first player, you're going to select a die until all players have selected 3 dice. Once you select a die, you will place it on a free space of your board that matches the color of the die. So for example, I took the blue one. I will perform the blue action, which is increasing storage capability, drawing a hero card from my deck. I will go over these hero cards a bit later. I will perform a village tile action. In this case, I will score a gold and flip the tile. And finally, if I didn't have it, I can take the first player token, the Helmet of Power. So that's for the blue action. Once I have taken the die, performed my action, the next player can have a go, and then it is my turn again. So if I had taken a green die, I could have selected 1 out of 2 actions. In this case, we have the production action. So the production action is going to have all of my governors and techno farms. So techno farms are buildings. Let's imagine I had built one here. They are going to produce. So I will look at the resources and I will gain those. So in this case, 1 rice, 1 gold, and 1 metal. I will take those from the supply, put them into my own supply. So now I could have done the scavenging action. So every player has a scavenger and they are on the no man's land, and you're going to have 2 actions with this. So an action with the scavenger is you move to another no man's land, then you will take a tile from those available. These are relics, parts of a relic actually, because every relic is split in 4 parts, and then you can go to the black market. You can go to the black market by spending resources to add stuff to the black market, or you can buy stuff from the black market with gold. So I'm not going to do that by now. But I could then do another action, go there and take another red. Why? It's simply because you try to make up a relic, so there are numbers from 1 to 4, and you try to match the parts of the relic together. If you have the 4 parts, your relic is complete, and you will place a remade relic onto a spot from the same color. So in this case it was a red relic, so I would go there. It would net me some influence. So this is very important. This is a key part of the game, making relics with the scavenging action. Also, you have a limited storage space, and every time you're going to make a full relic, you're going to stack up that full relic, and instead of occupying 4 spaces, it occupies only 1. So what can I do with red dice? I can either recruit or build. So let's move to recruit first. So I can recruit any number of units I want. I will pay them in rice, but every time I recruit a unit, the price goes up and up and up. I may pay gold to reset that track at any point. So I can recruit either governors or shadows. So the governors are very simple. You place them on a free spot, and you're going to gain 2 influence over that area. That's very simple. Now the shadows, what they do is basically they eliminate an enemy governor. So for example, if I want to eliminate purple here, I will place myself in that area. I will also get some money. So in this case, I would get 3 money, and I would eliminate that governor, and I would gain 1 influence because it's written here, and I will also remove the influence from the governor I killed. However, as a compensation, the player who lost the governor is going to get 1 rice token. So that's it for the shadows. It's a very powerful action. However, you've got only 3 of them during the entire game, so use them wisely. Finally, you have the build action. So the build action is a bit specific. It has a cost, and the cost is going to increase as you go because you're going to reveal additional cost as you build buildings. But it's going to score you things and have you build buildings. So first, you have 2 types of buildings. You have the techno farms. We've seen that they produce during the production action, but actually when you lay them down, you're also going to get that resource. And additionally, you have the radio towers. When you build a radio tower, you place it on a building spot, and it is going to give you 2 influence over that area. Also, when you build something, you're going to free up those tiles. You have golden tiles, which are revenue tiles, and you also have gray tiles, which are bonus action tiles. So what does that do? Well, every time I perform that action, I have a bonus action which allows me to increase my storage capability. So every single action tile is a bit different. You're going to be able to choose and to customize your action spots, basically. So now every player is going to select 3 dice, and when all players have selected 3 dice, this is the end of the round. You're going to move to that part of the board. This is the time to score influence. So based on the round you're going to get some popularity for the influence if you are the first, second, and if you are lesser, you will get no points. Then you will get your revenue. So you'll get this type of resources, and also if you freed up yellow golden tiles, you're going to get bonuses, and this is very important because it gets you going. And finally, we are going to be able to acquire heroes starting with the first player. So what are those heroes? Well, you start with a hand of heroes, but you can also buy them by paying the cost in gold in the top right corner. So they have 3 types of information: the cost I told you about, the power that's needed to activate them, that's either die or sum of dice you need to activate them, and to benefit from their ability that's printed on the bottom part of the card. So these allow you to control more of the game and to get a better grip onto the game system if you use them well. Additionally, you can discard the hero cards that you have in your hand and put them in your personal discard to increase or lower the value of your dice by 1. And this allows you to either trigger some hero abilities or you meet the threshold of 13. Because every clan, if they have 13 or more on their clan board in dice values, they are going to get a bonus, and the bonus is dependent from clan to clan. It is very powerful, and it helps you basically win the game in one direction. So that's the end of the round. You're going to freshen up for the next round. You play 5 rounds like this, and at the end of the 5th round, you will be more advanced there, and you will score points based on what you've acquired during the game with the influence, but also the different relics that you've built, the different buildings that you've built. The more of a building type you build, the more points you get. And finally, your army strength, which is calculated by the gold that you spent on heroes plus the remaining gold that you have. It is a podium, so if you have the majority of it, you're going to get a lump sum of victory points. And then you tally up the scores, and the one with the highest score is going to be the winner. And that's it for Daimyo. So this is a game about, at the same time, selecting the right color to trigger the right action, but also you have to think about the values and what it's going to bring to you. So now, bye-bye, and see you on LudoChrono.fr.